Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, September 10th, 2023, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Now Mind You podcast. I'm TJ.
Matt.
Bryce had a scheduling conflict, but he should be back next week. With that, this is, of course, episode 85 manga, and we got kind of a thin docket for y'all today. But before we even get into that, let's just talk announcements. First and foremost, shout out to Coco Gauff for winning her first Grand Slam title at the age of 19. Winning the U.S. Open that young as a black woman is impressive. But you're probably like,
Impressive.
wait, TJ, what does this have to do with manga? She is an anime head. That's all that needs to be said.
That's
So
what it got to do with it. God damn it.
that we're recognizing her greatness. We ain't seen something like this since Serena and Venus. With that, the docket for today. Check this out, y'all. It's only three: Ippo, Sakamoto, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Then we'll get into our favorite chapter this week. Then we'll talk about the topic of the week, which is our top three character themes. Without wasting any additional time, I'm gonna let Matt take it away. Ippo time.
Well, we're starting off with Hajime no Ippo. We got um so we pick up, it's called chapter 1433, Switch to Southpaw. So we pick up with Ippo still on the roof talking to Takamura, and just as a refresher, going back as to what was going on last time, Takamura was explaining to Ippo that he pretty much is the key. He's the answer to Mashiba's problem in terms of somebody that will be able to spar Mashiba to help him mimic Rosario, because he needs a guy that's a lefty that can fight on the inside. And Ippo's like, well, I'm not a lefty.
And I'm
And he
also
was
human.
right. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a lefty. I'm also not a demon. And he's like, all right, well, the demon thing you can't do anything about. That's fine. However, he was like, you don't even pay attention to the fact that you switch stances constantly whenever you're fighting. He's like, no, I don't. And he was like, all right, do the footwork for the Dempsey roll right now.
And his
And
mind got blown in real time.
exactly, like you just saw, oh, like he literally was like, oh shit, he's right. And from that, pretty much from that point forward, Ippo was sent on his entirely one track mind, to basically over the course of, I'm gonna assume, a day, 2 days, 3 days. I'm gonna really go out on a limb and say 48 hours.
Mm.
After about 48 hours, Ippo has decided for the next 48 hours his job is going to be to become a southpaw boxer. So he starts doing all his old drills. He's starting to do hammer drills with his left hand. He's running, making sure that he pushes off with his left foot. He's ducking under that log that he hammered into the side of the hill. That's still wild as fuck, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna that we're never gonna I'm never gonna downplay that. That's still really crazy that this nigga did this.
Yeah.
And like, it's just kind of like a local legend. He's wilder. However, I digress. Um, we still see him working within all his old systems that he utilized originally, ducking underneath the handrails, um, to make sure that his head movement is correct in that stance and all that. And, he genuinely was just trying to like learn how to be a southpaw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm pretty sure I don't even know what time period this is, but he didn't need YouTube, obviously. He just
Mm-hmm.
figured he could do it himself since he damn near taught himself how to box. And we just see off in the distance, we see Itagaki and Ippo's other underlings all watching him just devolve into madness, teaching himself to be a southpaw. Yo, they got to be looking at him like, yo, this motherfucker's nuts. But like, the results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
But
Who's
he's
gonna stop
crazy
him?
for sure. I don't have nothing really to add. I get this. Ippo, I'm just gonna say, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Ippo just on the spectrum, bro. That's all.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I actually
The
fully
one
agree with
track
that.
mindedness of it, and how
And the
nah.
ability to expend tons of focus in that one
Mm-hmm.
area,
In
tons of
any
focus
one
and
area.
concentration at a given time and give it your all. That's like very spectrum like. if you don't mind me going into it, and this is like a little bit off the top of my
Absolutely. Go
notes. It
ahead.
honestly reminds me of like I mean, Matt, you kind of dabble in skateboarding too, like Rodney Mullen, right? Like if you ever read
Yeah.
about him, how he's invented damn near all the flat ground street skate tricks that exist. And he did that while in isolation in a farm in Florida.
Hmm.
Like anyway, that's what that Ippo gives me the same energy. I was speculating that Ippo could end up being a switch hitter 2 weeks ago. Turns out he's doing that mid Dempsey role anyway. Uh, Effort, hard work, like how they described it in the chapter. That's a understatement. This is a Rock Lee level of repetitions. Even the punishments he's putting on himself, that's very Rock Lee esque. I would go so far as to say that Ippo was probably wiping his butt with his left hand too, because I feel like he would, if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. You know, you're laughing, but you know I'm like low key kind of right. Like if he's gonna do it, he's probably doing it, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
uh, he still hasn't taken the weights off either. Like even when he's switching sides, which is a really hard
Yeah,
thing
well,
to
he's
do,
definitely not gonna do it then.
right? Like, I, man, the sign next to the log did not deserve all that, bro. Like it did
No, it
not deserve
didn't.
all that abuse. Uh, Pretty sure Itagaki and the crew on the hill were thinking Ippo might be on the spectrum because he hasn't talked to us in days. Like, but yeah, I thought it was an interesting chapter. I'm very curious to see how this all wraps up in terms of him approaching Ryo Mashiba with the idea of him being his training partner.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
that's
he's gonna be nervous, Ippo, and I'm pretty sure Rio's gonna bristle at the thought, but there's gonna be some type of acquiescence or moment where he acquiesces. It's like, you know what, I got no other options, and Ippo is kind of a fight nerd in the truest sense. This could probably be an asset to me.
and he already had that kind of that realization that Ippo was the guy that helped him grow.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he already, to a degree,
That was a
has
crazy
that.
panel too.
Yeah, he to a degree has that respect already.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I expect a lot of humor um when that moment plays out. Before he gets like, serious, I expect him to act like kind of silly with it.
100%.
With that though, shall I take us into Sakamoto Days?
Yeah.
All right, Sakamoto Days, Yuto Suzuki, chapter 134, called The End. I'm gonna talk about that. Don't think I'm gonna let that slide. Where do we evolve? Let's see if we can use Sakamoto's standard issue JCC Glock to get in. How would I summarize this? How the hell are they gonna get into Assassin Con 2023? Because they're still
Assassin
struggling to
Con.
figure out a way, bro. Let me review this. First of all, don't play with me. Calling the chapter The End, and then come to find out it's just Kamihate's Twitter handle. Don't play with me like that, Yuto Suzuki. We done been
Don't
through
do
too
that.
much. Too much.
Too much.
Uh too many news series we had hoping lasted more than 20 some. I'm not gonna name names,
Okay.
but there's been a lot of hope placed in a lot of things also when we get hit with the end or final chapter. So don't play with me like that. Anyway, once again, overall, the artwork in this chapter was crisp. Yuto Suzuki really had me thinking that this exhibition was going to be like stupid lavish. Now,
Hmm.
as funny as the rivalry between, I'd go as far as say like friendly rivalry, given the world that we're in, between Sakamoto and Nagamo, it seems very counterproductive, and it's making me think that since it keeps happening, it might build into something not great. Now, hear me out. The reason why I'm saying this is because their phone conversation they had a chapter or two ago, and then the order actively trying to like prevent Sakamoto from being able to enter the venue. It's like, if you remember early on in the series, Nagumo, and also fairly recently after the JAA arc, when Mr. Takamura sliced that building down, Kyo, when Sakamoto was in the hospital, they've been in his face about him butting into order business, into assassin world business. They're like, you don't live that life anymore. Stop butting in. And let's be real, it isn't his life anymore. He should actually let them handle it. And I get the whole his character growth, character arc thing about not killing, but I feel like this might turn into a moment where Sakamoto and Nagamo or the Order as a group, they just have some type of reckoning. I don't think this will be a thing, but it feels like they just keep butting heads, and at some point, Nagamo isn't going to be joking anymore. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Kamihate's a hater, dude. What was that? He shot the laptop from 3 towns over just so Sakamoto couldn't win the eBay bid. He blew up the laptop before the request went through.
You don't get to be happy, nigga.
That's some that's some Hall of Fame hate, bro.
Yeah, that really was Hall of Fame hate.
It wasn't even his laptop; it was Lou's.
Yeah, bro, she was so hurt.
I know. So I'm finally off the bench getting some screen time. Why are you gonna do her like this, dog? I will never not be surprised by regular folks in this universe. You know what I'm talking about. The window washer. That was some straight up NPC energy, bro.
Bro, not phased at all.
You just saw a smoking barrel of a military grade sniper, and he was just like, "Oh, look, a talking stick. Are you kidding me?" Anyway, where's my anime announcement? Did you think we would forget?
Mm-mm.
Also, here's a few questions I got. Well, really just one, and it kind of goes to another thing. But how will Sakamoto and the crew overcome this setback? Personally, I thought Amane, whose memory once again came in clutch, with that guest list, I thought he would have like when he bumped into dude, I thought he was swiping his ID badge. Maybe he memorizes that and then clones it, whatever. But it doesn't look like that's their route. I also thought that maybe okay, he memorized the guest list, so maybe they impersonate somebody on the guest list or approach them, and they're just like, all right, we need to kind of commandeer your invite real quick. But considering the level of security they have at this event, like disassembling phones down to the screws, right? Infrared scanners, biometrics, and all that shit. That juice may not be worth the squeeze. So I'm curious to see how they overcome this particular setback. Maybe they're just like fucking and they just juggernaut that shit, just crash right in. I'm definitely hyped for next week. Sakamoto is what 134 chapters solid. What'd you think, Matt?
I'm always impressed by Amane's ability to like just up and draw some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really into it once he did that. I mean, like he knocked the papers out of the guy's hand for the split second, just for for that.
That's all he needed.
And that's all he needed was like that split second. Nagumo continues to be one of the biggest question marks for me in this fucking series. He continues to be this dark horse, this fucking like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? There's always some shit with Nagumo.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm just looking at dude like, all right, man, what you up to?
Yeah.
You know, like
he falls into your fox size character trope. I mean, he has his eyes open, but he does. He do be getting the fox size.
He's playing too many sides.
Yeah.
At once, I feel.
Let's also remember, technically speaking, he comes from a spy family, right?
Yeah.
So just keep that in our back pockets.
And inherently, he can't trust no damn body.
Yeah.
So,
any other thoughts, man?
No, I think I'll just leave it at that. I don't know. Overall, I like the chapter. Where's the anime announcement at?
Mm-hmm.
God, now we're into this next thing with this sniper. So I'm also wondering like how Hisuke's gonna come into play because he's gonna obviously have to pop back out for this situation. He's gonna
he's going through his trauma right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he did, shit.
Right.
Hey, the motherfucker been through a lot.
Yeah, in a very short amount of time too.
It didn't want to come out, man. Sorry.
It'll be cool to see how he levels up, what his box set is going to look like. I'm still waiting for Lou to get her box set because she's been on that bench for a while, but now she's got to go
Well,
back to
it's
the
going.
Apple store.
Yeah, I was about to say it's gonna be a minute. She gotta
Yeah.
get a fucking computer now. Fucking dick. I'd have been mad as hell.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that about, man? The fuck?
Oh man.
I ain't even do shit to you.
Hey.
I don't even know you.
Right.
Your beef is with Sakamoto.
Yeah. Also, how the fuck did he, and this is just a slight digression before we move on or whatever, but like, how did he clone Sakamoto's Glock to the point where the actual one wasn't convincing enough?
Anyway.
All right, with that, let's go to Jujutsu Kaisen. Gege Akutami, chapter 235, Inhuman Makio Shinjuku Showdown Part 13. The Revengeing. No, where we leave off, Agito's dead. It's time for some purple pain. How would I summarize this?
Rain for the pain, baby.
They must have forgotten what the Gojo and Gojo Satoru stands for. That clan is that clan for a reason. Let me review this. I'm telling you guys this right now. I don't care about what went on in the chapter, which is a weird thing to say because what went on in the chapter was so important. But I'm thinking about what is not being said. Hear me out. Gojo beat Mahoraga. Crazy. And by extension, Sukuna. But fuck all that. The consensus is that Gojo has defeated Sukuna, and I don't buy into this. Akutami is giving us too much hope. Be wary of that. Remember who this is. Remember how we had a whole arc of straight misery, L after L after L after L after L after L, that ultimately culminated in Sukuna taking over Megumi's body and kind of fast forwarding to where we are now. But don't forget all that despair that was built. Don't forget the U.S. Army went into the calling game, didn't come back out. All right, well, this goes into my next point. Kenjaku is still out and about in Geto's body. Beware of that shit. Yes, Gojo burned out part of his own face, and Sukuna is looking like his mama never told him there'd be days like this. Still, beware of that shit. Right? Sukuna hasn't used any of his actual techniques other than Slash. He's used the Zane 10 Shadows. He's used the Kamo Piercing Blood, but he has yet to use his own shit. We've also been told that Sukuna, also being genius level, only needs to be shown a technique once. I'm not saying that he can possibly develop 6 eyes and use Limitless, but who knows? And this kind of goes into some scenarios that I feel like we've touched on before. Worst case scenario, what's to stop him from hopping into Gojo's body? Right? What if he pulls an Orochimaru, just slithers out and is like, hey, take this finger right quick. And yeah, and think about that, right? Gojo has just used Hollow Purple, which means his batteries can't be at max capacity. He's got to be a little tapped out, right? He's got to be a little tapped out. Because, think about it. He has to charge that shit up. Also, if Sukuna takes over Gojo, who in the group would be able to stop him? Like, if Gojo is the strongest because he was the first in a generation to have Limitless,
I don't want to live in that
6
world.
Eyes, right. Go ahead. Finish that thought.
No, there is no thought. I don't want to live in that world, bro. What? Nah.
I think they would just have to end the series because it's like, or to quote Bryce, somebody's going to need to bring back Toji. Because apparently he's the answer. Although, and shout out to
although Maki is there.
Maki is there, and we don't need to rehash it, but Bryce, you know I'm right about her. Anyway, I was gonna say Maki is there, but imagine Toji and a Maki on the field, both with a binding vow on their bodies. That would be insane, right? But also, I was gonna say, man, Toji was the answer, but he's also the reason why Gojo became the strongest. He woke that nigga up, and Gojo ended up becoming a problem for everybody. But so if Gojo or if Sukuna hops into Gojo's body, he takes it over. Does he retain all the techniques that he's copied from previous hosts? Because even him being able to transfer all his essence into a finger, that's something he saw somebody do, right? One time, and he recreated it. Now we've seen that he can do piercing blood. We've seen that he can do 10 shadows. Does he keep that shit? Is Mahoraga's his forever now? Right? Then the next thing I'm thinking is like, yeah, if he could do like fucking Limitless and Six Eyes and do like red, purple, blue, like that would be a fucking problem. And he's taking over Gojo's body, bro. Like, take that thought with you, y'all. We'll see Jujutsu Kaisen in 2 weeks. What you think,
Man,
Matt?
bro, this shit was crazy. I'm gonna say what I said, like I said last week. Gojo is the man, bro. Gojo is raw as fuck. Like
I still don't think he makes it, but I don't disagree with you.
No, I don't think he makes it either. And they're just like, and then Gojo did the unthinkable. He beat Mahoraga. And it's like, and then Gojo died. Like, that's literally the next thing I'm waiting on.
Right.
You're right.
When's that
because,
other shoe dropping?
This nigga done dropped a second Spirit Bomb on Shinjuku. Mahoraga then popped up in Shinjuku a second time. This shit is crazy. It's too many themes. It's too many things that seem, that seem like the last time they was out there. They're not making it out of this situation without some sort of tragedy. Someone is gonna have to lose something or somebody, and that somebody gonna be Gojo. I hate to say. I hate to say it, but I think that's gonna have to go ahead and be Gojo.
Yeah.
But those are pretty much my thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen. This shit it never disappoint, man. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah.
It ain't let me down yet.
I agree. It did kind of have me a low-key depressed though. Those chapters, man, leading up to Sukuna's eventual resurrection was some hard shit to read. This is like, man, they can't get one W. It's just gonna be L after L after L after L. But then, okay, this is something off top. Takaba, aka Humpty Hump, is still in the mix, and we know that his stuff, his curse level is considered special grade as well. Like the author did say it rivals Gojo. So do with that knowledge what you will. But we might have somebody in the trenches, and then we still need to get to the bottom of Yuji's curse technique. I think that's also why I think Gojo doesn't make it, because there are too many loose ends. Anyway, I digress. Let's
no. We ain't got to digress yet. Let's get into the fact that our main character ain't been the main character for about fucking 50 chapters.
That's true.
Whose manga is this?
Yeah. I mean, he had his moment when Sukuna came back. When Sukuna came back, and then he got
when he was like, "Oh, what's up, nigga?" and kept it moving.
Yeah, like when Sukuna was like hitting him with the slashes, and he was like, "Man, that's cute." Anyway, strength, and he just walked through him, and he just hit him with truth, justice, and depression.
Hit him with the Shinjuku smash.
Yeah, honestly, but yeah, no, Yuji has had his moments, and honestly, when it was Yuji, Megumi, and the Angel. I forget the actual girl's name, but we had like that brief moment where it's like, oh man, it feels like Yuji, Megumi, and Kugisaki again, right? And then it just went to shit. Yeah. I got nothing else to say.
Well, with that, do you want to go into our topic of the week?
I want to do favorite chapter first.
Oh yeah. What was your favorite chapter this week?
You go first, nigga. I just talked for like 7 minutes.
My bad, brother. My bad. Hello?
You had no favorite chapter?
No, I have a favorite. No, I'm just fucking with you. My favorite chapter this week is... Yeah, I'm gonna just say Jujutsu Kaisen. No, another chapter in the highlight reel for Gojo. R.I.P.
Yeah. Oh damn. I was like, I just said yeah without thinking. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. This nigga already done killed them off.
Shit, he gonna die.
Not an if, it's a when. All right, for me, Jujutsu Kaisen, and then Rooster Fighter Volume 4 dropped. I read it in one day. Read that manga. It is stupid how hard boiled it is. It is stupid how hard boiled that shit is. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, do you want to go into our topic of the week now?
Well, sure thing, man.
Well, our topic of the week this week is our favorite anime character themes, our top 3 anime character themes. TJ, what you got for us?
Domon Kashu's theme when he's about to use the shining finger, burning
You
fingers.
bastard!
King of Hearts pops up on his hand. Was that on your list?
No, it was I slipped it.
Like,
I missed that one.
So I gotta be on that, bro. Why is it fuck me for? Like,
Right. Well, why I gotta be for me for?
Right. Ultra Instinct Goku is pretty nice. And then I'll say in Gurren Lagann, anytime Shimon's about to do something dope and you hear that, whoa, fight the power. And that was my top 3. That was it.
Just so I'm clear, the Domon Kashu theme is that's the one where he's like when he's saying his whole speech, right?
Yeah, take this, my love, my sorrow, and all my anger. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You hear that violin? And then the saxophone comes in. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to be sure.
When he's holding
I
rain,
was like,
bro,
wait a minute.
when he's holding rain and he's doing that shit, he was like, oh my man. God. Like, yeah.
Oof. Let me come back.
took my man on a tangent. That's a memory lane.
Almost forgot who I was, man.
Hand starts glowing and shit. King of Hearts.
Right. All right, man. That's a solid list. My list was the Vegeta theme, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I had L's theme from
Death Note.
From Death Note, yeah. And then I was stuck on the last one because I'm not like, I guess I never really paid too much attention to themes and shit. Like for some characters, obviously you do. Like Domon is like a person that you're going to hear his theme every single episode because
literally,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's literally a reason to hear it every single episode.
Yeah. That shit memorized as a kid.
Yeah, man, you just know what time it is.
Yeah.
At any rate, my third one, I ended up making it Dio's theme. Just because I needed to pick something and I was just like, yeah, I'm rocking with this one. So I went with Dio's theme for
solid list. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What do we actually got next week, TJ? Because this week was thin.
So I got some bad news for you.
No, I don't want to hear that.
It might be thinner. Hear me out.
How? How? It was only 3.
Cause dude, the next chapters drop not on a Monday. So that's made me think they're skipping a month. So we're not getting Jujutsu Kaisen for another 2 weeks. New chapter Sakamoto's dropping in 8 days, so that means Monday. So there won't be any Jujutsu Kaisen, there won't be any Sakamoto Days. I'm assuming
Chainsaw though.
Yes, you are correct. We will have Chainsaw. We should have. I don't think Ippo said they were taking a break. We should have Ippo. We should have a Kaiju number 8.
Are you sure? Or are we just fucking arguing?
Well, yeah, Kaiju with an asterisk.
We basically are only getting. God damn it! We are only getting Kaiju and Chainsaw Man. It is
Ippo possibly.
Ippo's possibly. So we're either going to be thinner next week or as thin.
Yeah.
Gosh, darn it.
It's what it is.
Our topic of the week next week is what American comic would you like to see get an anime or manga treatment? So as TJ attempts to chop down that list,
damn, bro,
nigga, you probably had this list already before we even came up with the question. Yeah, exactly. We all have. So I'm really just projecting onto TJ.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
With that, that's gonna be our topic of the week next week. You got any final words for the people out here, TJ?
Shout out Coco Golf, and yeah, that's all.
All
You
right. Well, no, Belly Laser's still a bitch. We
there
need
it
the
is.
anime announcement
There it is.
for Sakamoto Days. And I still, regardless of the fact that they gave us more action in the trailer, I'm still mad at the way that Kaiju number 8 do all their rollouts. I don't like how they do their rollouts for the manga every week, and I don't like that they showed me a teaser trailer and then told me next year, and then gave me another trailer with action in it. I'm still not happy. I'm not satisfied. I would have just, I don't know. I can't be pleased in this scenario. Kaiju number 8 been pissing me off because the shit been fire, but then it's like, we'll see
Yeah,
y'all in 2 weeks. And then they're
it's
like, well,
like,
you won't actually
bruh.
see us in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm just bitter, brother. That's all.
No, we talked about how this is a fucking pet peeve. Yeah, you're good. You're in good company.
So, bye then. With that, we will see you guys next week. You can follow us all on social media. You guys can follow us at Now Mind You Podcast, wherever you'd like to get your podcast and wherever you'd like to get your social media. You can also follow us individually. You can follow me at Matt Hambrick. That's MATTHAMBRICTJ.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Tuss4skate. That's TUSS number 4_SKATE. You can find Bryce on Instagram at Ashe_Onta. That's AXE_ONCA. Bay.
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 And we will see you guys either in the combat episode or we will see you all next week. Peace out. Be safe.
Peace.